trying to psych up for what the actual intro is.
Okay.
I don't actually know.
You know, something they're doing. Probably something they do in The Office. I'm sure. There's probably an episode somewhere in The Office where they do something like that to psych themselves up.
Right.
What are you, a cat?
Okay then guys, what is going on, and welcome back to the Mixed Race Podcast. It is episode 2, and how am I only 2 episodes in and I still don't know how many episodes we're on?
That's because you're too busy. You need a social life and you need to give yourself a break. Hi guys, it's Brown Yoda. For the audio listeners, I'm waving.
Damn. Holy damn. Okay, what's going on, guys? My name is Cloud Plays, and today we're brought with Brown Yoda, Mr. Co-hosty Toasty, and we are going to be going in for some awesome gaming news in the industry today. For those of you guys who are listening on Spotify, it'd be oh so freaking kind if you could hit that follow button and just give us a nice old rating. We're really trying to kind of adhere over there on Spotify, so if you guys could give us some love, it'd be greatly appreciated. And for those of you guys who are watching on video format and get to see our ugly mugs every episode, make sure you hit the beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on, because you don't want to miss the shenanigans going on over here.
And if you want to see Mr. Cloud Plays come again to another episode of the podcast, looking unprofessional as always, you're letting the team down, bro.
Bro, man, not all of us have got suave suits like you, though. Like,
then let me be your sugar daddy.
you heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. My life is now being funded by Brown Yoda. You know. You already know. We've got a load of cool things coming in for you guys today, but we are inserting a brand new segment into the podcast to start with, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen via other podcasts. We're not too innovative here. We are definitely just following a trend. But we've got a top 5 ranking. Now, for those of you guys who don't know how that one works, essentially we're going to pick a topic, and today we are going to be going on top games from last year after the controversy of Baldur's Gate 3 in episode 1, which, if you have missed that, make sure you check it out before you listen to the rest of this one, for God's sake.
Gosh.
But today we're going to be going through the best games as of last year. Now, I have laid it out to try and make sure that they are all games that Mr. Brown Yoda has played already, but
Hello.
I may have missed it, so we'll see. But we're going to start off.
This is where we find out if you really know me or not, Mr. Cloud Plays.
Oh, shit.
What have you done?
What?
You
No, I'm just looking at the game titles and I'm going, oh, fuck. Okay. But there's definitely one game in here that you haven't played, and I know that full told, but I'm pretty sure all the other games I'm pretty safe with that you definitely have played. Pretty sure. Okay.
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, so top 1, the way that this one works.
Wait. So am I ranking these in what sense?
So essentially what we're doing is we're going to take 5 games that I've picked from last year, and you are going to be ranking them in your listing of where you think that they play. So if it's like your game of the year, it'd be a number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. It's the worst out of the 5 bunch. Now I'm going to be telling you the one at a time, so you have to rank each game before you hear the next one. So it's almost like a blind ranking.
Why don't you just give them to me all at once?
Well, because then that wouldn't be fun.
Okay, right, okay. Fair. That's a fair point. Go ahead, do your thing.
Okay, so we're starting off with the first one, which is Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Oh, okay, it's a sequel. And I'll be honest with you, I was excited for it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the original. I will give it a 4.
It's going to give it a 4. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one.
I didn't even complete it, my bro. I stopped playing like maybe a quarter into it.
Really, to be fair, I played it about 3/4 of the way through, got 2 missions to the end, and then didn't play it for like a month and a half, and then just randomly finished it one day, and it was such an anticlimax. It was nothing on the first one.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, so we've got 4 for Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
That's a number 4. Yep.
Jesus Christ. Okay, second one.
Wait, can I switch these around when I hear? Oh, okay.
No, we're placing. Right. They're placing and they're locked in. It's now on screen and you folks can see it here. Right. Second one. I'm pretty sure you would have played it. I can't remember if you did or not, but I'd be well surprised if you hadn't. We've got Assassin's Creed Mirage.
3.
3. He's gone
I'll give it a
neutral.
3.
Why'd you go so neutral? You said in the first episode that you were an Assassin's Creed fan.
I am, and I enjoyed that game, but it got quite repetitive for me.
I think it was
And
really,
again,
really small, wasn't it?
It wasn't that. It was nice feeling nostalgic about being an assassin and whatnot. But yeah, again, it was just one of those games where I really enjoyed it for a bit, but then I stopped and just re-downloaded the Ezio collection and just played through all of that. I didn't complete Mirage. I just completed the Ezio collection again.
They did with the Mirage, though, didn't they? Take it back to like the old formula of what Assassin's Creed started with.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I loved that. But it just wasn't hitting the nostalgia. Yeah, it just wasn't hitting the nostalgia as much as Ezio collection. Damn. And it got boring after a bit for me personally. Don't get me wrong, it was a great game. I enjoyed it for as long as I played it, but I got bored after a bit, so I'll go 3 on it.
Okay, so we've got Star Wars Jedi Survivor on 4 and Assassin's Creed Mirage on 3.
I feel like I'm really messing myself up here with this because I feel like you're going to come up with some absolute atrocities.
Well, I know where this next one's already going, so I would be so shocked that if you come up with anything different right here. But third up on the list is Hogwarts Legacy.
1.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
That game was beautifully crafted. Beautifully crafted. Chef's kiss.
It was actually so freaking good. To be fair, they've had even now there's articles pinging up everywhere, absolutely everywhere about it. Yeah. So I'm actually really excited to see what they do next because we've got to be due a DLC or a part 2 or something coming soon.
Absolutely, and I'm looking forward to it. I've heard rumors that the DLC is going to be as long as the main game itself. Fingers crossed it is, because that means more late nights at the gaming session, ignoring my partner and just gaming.
I can't wait for it. I actually can't wait. I've already got the text message to the missus ready and set. Like
just a template saved.
Hogwarts Legacy's got a DLC. You won't see me for a week.
Like, see, given my attire, mine starts with "Good afternoon." Please note, Mr. Brown Yoda will not be available from this date until this date. He will be taking an annual leave from the relationship to go and play Hogwarts Legacy.
I love that. Forwards the email with his hours booked for holiday. Absolutely incredible. So, just to clarify, we've got Star Wars Jedi Survivor in 4. We have got Assassin's Creed Mirage in 3 and Hogwarts Legacy in 1.
Numero uno, baby.
Okay, numero uno. So far, not too bad. Although I think you may have just.
I'm waiting for a curveball. So...
Well, the next one is the finals.
Oh. See, now I've got number 2 and number 5 left.
You have got number 2 and number 5 left.
I don't know what your last game is, and I want to.
Your last game is a game you haven't played, so it's going to be really difficult. But you know enough on it.
Okay. Would you? See, I personally don't enjoy the finals, but I know a lot of people that do, and with friends, it's enjoyable. I really wish I had left the number 3 spot right now. I see why this is fun. I see why this is fun. Oh gosh. Oh.
So you got 2 and 5. Where are you putting it, bro?
Yeah, I know. I want to put it in 2. But I don't know what the next game is gonna be. Oh, we're jumping into the abyss, the dark abyss. The finals, I'm giving it number 5. The last one's gonna be number 2.
Okay. So just to clarify again for you folks, we've got Jedi Survivor as number 4, Assassin's Creed Mirage as number 3, Hogwarts as number 1, and the finals as number 5. So taking your second spot, which is absolutely hilarious because I think it's the first time I've seen it go second at all this year, is Baldur's Gate 3. Absolutely hilarious. Well, everything that's happened so far in this podcast contradicts everything you've said in the last podcast.
In my defense, I was on the hot seat at that time, and yeah, you've absolutely, you've thrown a curveball.
I mean,
see, I was expecting it to be Baldur's Gate, but I was like, there's no way he's gonna bring it up again.
What I mean, for the last year, man, that's all anyone's freaking spoke about in it, realistically.
Yeah.
But I do find it hilarious that you preferred Baldur's Gate to.
I want to
Jedi
void
Survivor.
the whole list because Baldur's Gate is now number 2. I want to avoid the whole list.
You were
Throw
doing
it away.
so well as well.
Throw it away. Throw it away.
You were
Throw it
doing
away. Throw it away.
so well.
Nah, just throw it away. Just throw it away. No.
Absolutely hilarious. Okay, so for those of you guys who are on video format, then if you did enjoy that segment at all, let us know via the comment section some more topics that you want us to cover, because in the next episode next week is Mr. Brown Yoda's time to come up with the top 5 and crucify my ass as a bit of a payback, if you want to call it that. So make sure you let us know in the comment section what you want. And for those of you guys on Spotify, can you comment on Spotify?
I don't think so, but definitely tweet us. Do we have a Twitter page?
We don't have a Twitter page, no.
Should we make a Twitter page, Mr. Cloud Plays?
I feel like we should start getting some socials set up, yeah. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Oh, we prepared.
Yeah, 100%. But for those of you guys who are listening on Spotify, head over to the YouTube channel and stick a comment in episode number 2. That would be great. In the meantime, we'll find out some way of getting this communicative movement for Spotify.
Yeah, and hopefully by the time this episode goes live, we may potentially have a Twitter page if we've got time, Mr. Cloud Plays.
I think we could probably set it up. We've got all the infographics and everything.
Yeah, we should probably work on that at some point.
100%, 100%. But after that segment, I feel like it's time to get into some news, and I'm hearing that you've got some tasty ones in the mix for us today, Mr. Brown Yodi.
Like the outfit, Mr. Cloud.
I would like to let you know that we are still recording.
Right, this is twice you've lied to me in one recording. I thought we were friends.
Well, in Ethan's words, we're co-workers, but...
Okay, you leave Mr. Bazinga out of this, okay?
We love you, Bez.
No, I absolutely hate you, Bazinga. I've not been watching you since I was a kid. Go suck yourself. But I hope that line there brought us some relevancy. Please help us out.
Yeah. Okay.
We need some desperately. Ethan Payne, from one fat guy to an ex-fat guy. Help us out, man. As you all know, myself, Mr. Brown Yoda, I've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. I've been a big fan of that game since, I don't remember the year, but the first DLC the latest DLC when I started playing it was Velvet Shell. Now, we know Rainbow Six Siege is run by the infamous Ubisoft, which I feel like is the game developer's equivalent of He Who Shall Not Be Named, Voldemort.
Yeah, man, they don't have the greatest reputation, let's be real.
Anymore, yeah. But recently, the game has, well, all of this week, to be fair, has had server issues. Now, can I just say, as of 4th of January 2024, Mr. Cloud Plays and the audience.
Okay.
I need a breath before I say this ginormous number. Ubisoft was put down, valued at $3.3 billion US dollars. No, listen. $3.3 billion US dollars, according to unnamed sources, because they are, let's just say, private. Definitely not Google. And
thanks, Google.
And they can't do the most simple thing of a multiplayer game, and that is to upkeep servers. Now, these servers have been down for all week they've been down, which has caused players to have server issues continuously. Me and my group of friends that I play Siege with, it took us 30 minutes in queue because of the constant server errors and people getting kicked out to find one match.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Didn't you post a video on the YouTube channel like that?
Yeah, I made something just as a joke to thank Ubisoft for their atrocious service. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can't English today. It's been a long day, Claude. But now they put out a tweet, the one you guys are looking at right now. They said they're looking into fixing this. Today we'll be performing a maintenance to reduce crashes on all the platforms. It did not work. Anyway, the issue kept happening, and what happened was people were getting kicked out in the middle of matches.
Okay.
Now, because they have a ranked playlist, Rainbow Six Siege is mainly a competitive game. You leave a ranked match or any standard tactical match, you get a warning. If you do it enough times, you get an abandon sanction. Basically, you can't play a game for about an hour.
Yeah.
And if it keeps happening, that time gets extended. So on
Yeah.
and so on. So they were like, okay, our servers aren't working. People are getting banned sanctions for no reason. What do we do to fix it? If you switch over to the next tweet for the same topic,
Yeah.
they decided to get rid of the abandonment penalties. The abandoned sanctions are gone.
No.
You no longer get abandoned sanctions for leaving games. That means that recently, especially today, when you load up for a game and you go into it, which albeit I've been finding them a bit faster today, people just start leaving because they see a high KD and they expect them to be cheating. I want you to know that.
Wow.
And this means that same person can leave game after game after game until he's happy with what the stats he sees.
That's just
play the
insane.
game.
So the game's still
Yeah.
knackered even now then?
Yep. So in order to fix their issue, they performed a maintenance which failed. But then in order to kind of make up for it and maybe, I guess, make their audience a little less angry, they're like, we're going to get rid of this. And in doing so, it has not worked at all. And maybe, I think earlier today we had one session where we queued for 4 matches and only played 1.
Right, okay. So what's their plan going forward, do we know?
We don't as of yet.
So right now, people can just essentially do whatever the toss they want,
Yep.
and there's no repercussions of it. They've not communicated whether that's going to be rectified, changed.
I am sorry to break this to you. Live news, Cloud Players. Live news. 26 seconds ago, Rainbow Six Siege have said we have an update to share regarding disconnect penalties. After thorough investigation from our team, an issue with our service partners causing our recent connectivity issues on Rainbow Six Siege has been resolved. We appreciate your patience during this time. Keep an eye out for further updates in the coming days, including information on leave penalty reactivation and player compensation. And then they've gone on to say, if you're still encountering issues, follow this resolution. Please report them via. So they're still taking in reports if you do come across them, but they figured out it's a issue on one of their service partners' side.
Wow.
And that's live. I think that's a first for the mixed race.
Yeah,
26
100%.
seconds ago.
That's incredible.
So they haven't fixed it, to answer your question before I rudely interrupted you.
Okay, so great. So we're no better off even as of 27 seconds ago.
Yes.
Amazing.
So just sticking to the Ubisoft brand, I see.
So for those of you guys who are Ubisoft fans and playing Rainbow Six Siege right now, welcome to the Toxic House.
We wish you all the best.
What did you expect when you were playing a Ubisoft game?
Don't. You're talking to me at the same time as you're talking to these people.
Yeah, 100%, man. You lot already know I'm not an avid supporter of Ubisoft. I've done so much, I've done loads of work. Like, for those of you guys who don't know as well, both me and Brown Yoda have our own individual channels, and we cover a lot of stuff within the gaming community and stuff. If you guys want to check those out, they're both down in the description, and you can see what we do in our own time aside from this podcast. Switching it up, though, I've got a question for you, which is going to kind of open up into the esque of lifestyle that we're going into right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what is your opinion on AI? As an overall, not even just these images or chat GPT or whatever, but like AI as an overall, because like we know like and this isn't what the topic's mainly about, we're definitely segueing here, but we know that Elon Musk is making those AI robots at the moment. He's got a Mark II version that I think he said he was selling for like 20 grand a pop, and they're due to release in a couple of years, and they can like clean your house and freaking cook your food and stuff. So like just as an overall an AI, what's your main opinion on it? Dangerous? No, dangerous?
If I were to use one word, I'd say risky. And if I were to elaborate, I would say AI is cool, but how far do we take it? Now, ChatGPT is cool. You know, it helps you write up resumes. I use it for YouTube descriptions. If I'm being honest, it helps make work easier and helps it be more efficient so you can time manage better. Now, my question is, how far are we willing to take that? Because we're not blind. We know what this world is like. Will there be a point in the future where AI is used for weapons?
Well, I think this is where the problem is, isn't it? Because again, we'll get into the topic that you guys can obviously. Well, you can't see it on screen. I've edited it out. Sucks to be you. But
We're trying to get them on our side.
We're already at a point where AI is like so dangerous that I saw an article the other day that said something about Mr. Beast. There were videos of Mr. Beast giving away tens of thousands of dollars for a video game. If you downloaded it, you were automatically input via your email or something like that. And he publicly tweeted that it wasn't him, that the video footage wasn't him, the voice wasn't him, it had nothing to do with him, but it literally looked like somebody had took a camera in front of him and gone, right, this is what you need to say with a gun to his head, like freaking say it. Like, it is so realistic now, like, that it has just got so dangerous. Like, PORN is now being AI generated. OnlyFans models, there's an OnlyFans, oh my god, there is an OnlyFans account that is solely made by AI generated women. This one woman, they've been solely AI generated, and she's got her own OnlyFans page, and she makes $100,000 every month.
I'm going to go have a sex change.
It's bonk, mate. It's not even a real person though. That's what I'm saying. All of it's AI.
Wait.
All of it's AI. The woman isn't a real person.
So she's not even using her pictures to then get AI to edit it or anything. It's just random AI generations.
We're going to pause this really quick. I'm going to get up an image, and we're completely changing the topic of what we were talking about. AI. So now you can take a look at the image, and these two are OnlyFans models that are completely AI generated.
Okay, so these aren't real people at all.
These are not real people whatsoever.
They've not been based off real people at all.
Nope. Completely AI generated. The code on it is insane.
That looks quite realistic, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, well, imagine, because I mean, they have AI generated whole genital areas.
Wow, gosh.
It's mad. It's absolutely mad. But AI is definitely getting dangerous. But here's a funny fact.
I could use AI to send nudes to my masses.
Take this photo and make it 4 inches bigger, please.
Give me abs.
Yeah, 100%. But right now in China, Chinese companies are resorting to repurposing. Now, we thought they were hard to get anyway, and they were going in a bit of a distribution. But NVIDIA GPUs are now being stripped down, and the components are being used for AI generation inside of China.
Oh, wow, okay.
So they're saying that the processors right now are not fast enough, but if they take a 4090, rip it to pieces...
Yeah.
Take the components and use that in for AI generation. Now, at the bottom of the article, they obviously got like completely ruined for this because it completely goes against a lot of US laws and stuff like that for in the side of the United States. But there's absolutely loads. They say the NVIDIA told the Financial Times that disassembling gaming cards is not a viable way to create data centers, computer clusters for AI. Now, NVIDIA is now developing 3 chips tailored just for China to meet the region's growing demand in AI systems.
Wow.
So now NVIDIA are now inside of the AI generation companies.
Oh gosh, wow. So imagine the money they could probably make off that as well.
It's
they
mad.
Charge so much extra.
But I feel like it's proper gone under the radar because essentially what they were doing is they were stripping like 4090 graphics cards, taking the components, and NVIDIA gone, do you know what? We can capitalize on this. Stop taking apart our graphics cards, and we're now going to move into the AI generation. Now, NVIDIA is one of the biggest graphically like generated companies alongside AMD in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. They're two of the biggest GPU producers that is out there, as well as other parts. And Intel is also a nice little third contender nowadays as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Intel have been coming out with some GPUs recently.
Now, the problem that I've got, though, is all of these guys are like the highest in their caliber. You know what I mean? Yeah. It doesn't get any better than the 3 of them, essentially.
Yeah.
But these 3 guys that are in the highest of their caliber are now sourcing towards probably one of the biggest things that could ruin the world as an overall, which is scary as hell. Not only that, but if Elon Musk is on top of it as well, who fucking knows what will happen?
Gosh, could you imagine a Tesla fully AI driven? I think Google were testing something along these lines, weren't they?
Self-driving cars, yeah.
Yeah. Surely they must be using AI for that, right? There must be some sort of AI in that machine.
Mate, that's got to be at least tested out in Tesla already. If he's working on Teslas as an overall, which are like, have you been in a Tesla before?
No.
It's mad. It's got like a whole like imagine like an iPad on the screen, and it's like it looks like freaking Like
I know what it looks like. I'm just not been in one.
But it's mad though. You sit in it, and it's like sitting in Iron Man's car.
It is cool. It's a toy, but it does look like. I mean, like I said, it's a grown man's toy, but it also looks like a grown man's unfinished toy car.
100%. But now take that unfinished man's toy car and then tell it can do whatever the fuck it wants if it programs itself that way. Because AI learns on its own.
Skynet's coming.
We're screwballed, man. It's iRobot all over again.
Terminator, iRobot, everything. No.
Man, Bagsy on Will Smith, mate. He survives it.
He's gonna walk up to an AI. Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. Slaps the robot straight.
Well, you know Will's safe, man.
Gosh. Yeah, it's crazy. I just see sometimes I am curious about this stuff. It doesn't interest me that much, but it does to the point where I'm like, I really wish I could go forward in time, like by 100 years, 200 years, see how far they take AI. Like just a sneak peek. I don't want to live in that generation. I quite like this. You know, where we are right now. I mean, I have to put up with your BS, but you know,
yeah, baby.
Apart from that, you know, I'm happy where I am. But I feel like, aren't you a little bit curious enough to see what goes on in the future?
I am terrified for what happens in the future. Absolutely terrified.
Well, I will say this: that those will be my grandkids' problems, not me. They suck. Wrecked. Grandkids, if you're listening to this,
got him.
Gotcha.
Oh dear. So what else have you managed to dig up for us this week, bro?
Oh, here's a good one. Now, Mr. Cloud Plays. This one might be touching at heartstrings for you, so don't cry. Don't cry too much. I know, with us being YouTubers, and in the past, we used to stream quite a bit.
Yeah.
And Twitch, you know, we weren't that big on Twitch back then, but we used YouTube majority of the time. You remember YouTube Gaming when that was prominent and quite big?
Bring it back, YouTube. Bring it back.
And give me some free subscribers. Anyway, but yeah, here's some news on Twitch. Last year, in 2023, Twitch cut 400 roles.
Last year?
Yes. And they're headed towards cutting 500 roles this year. So they'll be laying off 500 people this year. And the CEO's reasoning was it's necessary to ensure that we continue to serve our streamers sustainably. That was the reasoning behind the decision. And now, can I just say, in 2023, Twitch paid out $1 billion to streamers.
Didn't
and again, this is.
To
give me a little quote of that, you know. Pay my wedding off.
I'll take a 1% happily.
Exactly, absolutely. Give me unfinished toy car, man.
Hennet.
But yeah, they're looking to lay off 500 more people in order to, I guess, do something with this. But I guess to prioritize the streamers. The announcement itself was a bit vague from what the CEO has said. But just moving off from that, Twitch is ceasing operations in South Korea.
So what does that mean, though? Like
so from what I read, it says last month the company also announced that it will cease operations in South Korea, citing prohibitively expensive network fees. The service is set to shut down in the country on February 27th.
So does that mean it won't be visible there?
If you live in South Korea, you won't be using Twitch unless you use a VPN potentially.
That is absolutely crazy. That's crazy because they're owned by Amazon, aren't they?
I believe so. Yes. And speaking of VPNs, let's hear from our sponsor. Nah, I'm joking. We ain't got sponsors. You thought. Please give us money. ExpressVPN, not VPN. Any one of you. But yeah, Twitch is shutting down services in South Korea. So if there are any people in South Korea that watch streamers quite a bit, they might have to start using VPN services.
See, it's crazy because actually reading into this article as well, Twitch are obviously owned by Amazon, which is huge and mental. But just last year alone, because this is obviously explaining a lot as well, March 2023, Twitch cut 400 roles as part of the larger layoffs at parent company Amazon that saw 18,000 people lose their jobs.
Yep.
Wow.
Now Yeah. Now, don't ask me any further questions on that because I didn't read into Amazon. I only read into Twitch.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But that's crazy, though, because they lost 400 last year. They're losing another 500 this year. Plus, again, in the article, it says here that Chief Product Officer, Chief Customer Officer, Chief Content Officer all announced that they were leaving at the same time.
And you could, I guess, argue what's the exact reason? Are they doing this to kind of save money on it so they could, I guess, from what the official CEO said, better sustain their streamers?
What, do you want to know how they could better sustain their streamers?
Paying them, taking less of a cut.
Are we really going to still get into this one, Twitch? I'm not even a Twitch streamer anymore, but like that is nutty on its own. Not only that, but did you see the announcement that they made late in last year about the fact that they were enabling like twerking and pole dancing and subpar nudity or something?
Yes,
and
I saw this.
Did you see the OnlyFans model with the cam that cut here, and she would just stand in front of the mental man, and they wonder why they're struggling?
Like, it's outrageous. Like, realistically, kids can just go in there and look at it. Yeah, okay, but Twitch can be like, but we have it age restricted. Yeah, a kid can just lie about his age.
This is what I'm saying. But the bit that confuses me the most is Twitch gave, I presume you know what Kick streaming is as far as the streaming platform.
Yes.
So Twitch gave Kick so much grief on Twitter, like loads. They gave them stick. There were memes that were put up, meme battles between the two companies. There was so much talk coming from both sides. That Kick wasn't essentially like, what's the word? It wasn't like secure. It wasn't a safe place. It wasn't like, do you know what I mean? And then later in that year, it's like they almost forget. I'm going to tell every company that will ever listen. I mean, nobody's listening to this, let's be real. But any company that is listening to this.
I'm listening.
Like, the internet does not forget.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. You can't post things up and then contradict it 6, 7, 8, 9 months later and just do exactly what you were slating them for. The problem is Twitch has been around for so long that I don't think you can ever truly cancel Twitch. But as far as the company goes, like, for me, on my personal opinion, it is one of the suck-ass contents, like, that you can put out there. It is one of the most suck-ass companies on the planet because they, one, don't appreciate the streamers. Evidently, after a 900 employee cut, they don't appreciate their employers either. Like,
and they're probably replacing them with AI.
Yeah, 100%, mate. It's 35% of their total headcount, and they've just got rid of them. Yeah.
Imagine. Could you just imagine being laid off? Because this is one of the things that kind of worries me. People getting laid off because AI can do their job.
That's mad. It is mad. For the record, we're not implying that Twitch is using AI instead of these people, but. Just for well, you never freaking know, man. You never know. But for topic's sake, yeah, that is scary, man. That is scary. Like, as far as like my normal everyday job, like an AI could do that.
An AI can't cook a meal as good as you, my friend.
Well, I mean,
there you go. Yeah.
But do you know what I mean, though? Like, it's just it can do absolutely anything. Like, which is crazy. It is absolutely crazy.
It's all. To be fair, it could do anything and everything because it all depends on the code. If the code is good, it'll do it to perfection.
Oh, 100% every time.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just programmed to copy that AI and just do what it says. Copy that code.
That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Is there now? If I'm being honest, after this one, I have like 2 games that I want to show you and get your opinion on, discuss with you.
Okay.
But before we get into that, Mr. Cloud Plays, is there anything else you want to talk to me about?
Well, I do have one thing which is actually hilarious.
Oh, how funny are we talking here?
I mean, we're talking vibrating.
Okay, so on a scale, I was gonna ask on a scale of an Xbox toaster or online rape charges.
Check out episode 1 for context.
Please.
Okay, so on screen now, you guys are seeing something that I've not told Brown Yoda about yet, and you're probably looking at me with a little bit of a confused eye as to what the hell this thing is, because it just looks like a chair. But Razer is bringing the world's first HD haptics gaming chair cushion to the CES 2024. Now, what is a HD haptics gaming chair cushion, you may ask? It is a full body cushion that has haptic feedback based on what you're doing in game. Now, for you ladies out there, especially those of you guys who are on Twitch streaming specific content, I would recommend getting into Call of Duty and going into the middle of the fire. You're going to have a good time. This thing is actually hilarious, man. So this is obviously it's an adaptation. So it's like you can like string it onto your chair, right?
Yeah.
And like a massage chair, and it like bzz, 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 bzz. Essentially what they're doing is they're doing it so that there's 16 haptic actuators, 16 haptic actuators, and it's compatible with near enough any gaming chair going. So it doesn't even need to be a Razer. You can use it at any given point. Right. And it's adaptable to near enough all games right now.
Oh, gosh. So what you're saying is we're getting closer and closer year by year to the movie Ready Player One becoming a reality.
Pretty much. Because right now, the bit that confuses me is how, like, obviously they're saying that with these haptic, like this haptic foam pad that's probably going to cost you the best part of 200 quid. Let's be freaking real. Sorry, Razer. It's fucking true. But you are going to feel like, and this is the bit that I can't understand, we are one step closer to feeling like we're really in the game. Now, I'm not a genius, but if I am playing a specific game that involves me sitting on my ass, one, I can't imagine it's that fun. And two, at what point does your ass need to freaking vibrate? Like, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Like,
you're not wrong. You're not.
Unless we're going to play Office Simulator with Tony the Perv next to you trying to get a cheeky feel of your ass cheeks, that's the only time you're going to need a haptic feedback in a fucking chair.
I want to know if that Tony the Perv little line there is from personal experience, Mr. Cloud.
Big up, Tony. You make me look like a gentleman. Cheers, bro.
That's code word for David Beckham touching him up. Watch episode 1. Watch episode 1.
Amazing, mate. It just gets more and more stupid. I'm convinced these game companies are just trying to make money from absolutely everything.
Oh, absolutely. They're going off the wacky side of consumer, I guess, supply and demand, such a situation where it's wacky enough, and you know for a fact, for Razer's price tag, people will definitely buy this, and they'll do reviews. People might just do it because they want to do it. There might 100%. Be a creepy Tim somewhere. They'll be like, "Oh yes, let me put this on, let me play this game, and do this and do that,
100%.
And all sorts." And like you said as well, there'll be a lot of Twitch streamer women, ladies that'll definitely buy this.
Yeah.
And it will definitely do a lot for their content.
It's freaking ridiculous, man. Razer, like, personally, I thought that Razer would have something a little bit more interesting than this to show this year, but...
Do you think if I got fat enough, I could probably fake boobies?
I mean...
Because I could probably do something similar. Just hide my face.
Bro, you don't need to. You can just AI it now.
Ah, see, there we go. I'm going to AI it. Oh, but do I feel safe about sending a picture of my... Actually... I don't even need to send a picture. I'll just get AI to generate me some man boobies.
100%, man. You can look whatever you want.
Yeah.
You could be an entire female.
Can I be a unicorn?
You could be a unicorn if you want to be a unicorn.
No, we're talking.
Y'all pretty enough to be a unicorn.
See, you said that, but I can't get arrested for killing people when I'm a unicorn. Speaking of which...
Now, for those of you guys listening on the audio, he's just reached for something.
First on my list, in my book, is a Cloud Plays.
Oh.
Interesting.
Thank you very much for watching today's episode, guys. We have got to go and hire security.
And the final episode with Cloud Plays, because I'll be looking for a new co-host. For those who don't know, and I was just watching the audio, he has walked off. He's just looking at me from the corner of his camera, smiling, giving me a nice old creepy smile. Hey, he's back.
Got a wedgie.
Oh, kind of hot. Bit too much detail.
Cheeky.
Ooh.
Okay, so what were you saying? We had what to look at today?
Oh yes, some 2 upcoming games.
Okay.
One is a PS5 exclusive, but we will start off with an MMORPG, Mr. Cloud Plays.
Okay.
First game I want to talk to you about is, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I might butcher it. Pax Dei? D?
Pax D.
Pax D.
Paxdei.
I want to say Pax D because it sounds, well, it definitely sounds better than die.
Well, yeah, 100%.
And D? So Pax D.
Yeah.
We'll go with Pax D.
Okay.
Do you know who else Pax D? This guy.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Amazing.
My missus is laughing behind the screen right now because she definitely knows that's not real. Anyway, swiftly moving on. Now, Mr. Cloud Plays, this is a upcoming MMORPG game that is a huge fantasy world inspired medieval time based, right?
Okay.
It's around the medieval time, and it will be designed around, well, they're calling it a cloud native MMO idea.
I'm
So
open
you
for
can-
partnerships.
Perfect for you, isn't it? Perfect for you. And what that essentially means is you can play it on any screen. So your phone, your PC, possibly a console, iPad, anything like that. You can play on any device, any screen you want.
Who's developing this?
I'm not quite sure. I believe it's a company called Mainframe Industries.
Okay.
Yes, it is Mainframe Industries. That's correct. Could you imagine sitting in traffic in your unfinished manly toy car, name of Tesla, playing Pax D in traffic?
Oh yeah, while it's driving
Whilst
itself.
it's driving itself with your haptic feedback cushion on from Razer. And it is an MMO game, and you know I love my MMO game.
Yeah.
Black Desert being one of them, RuneScape being another.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever played any MMOs? Just a question.
I played
For the audience.
RuneScape for years. Like years back in the day. I loved RuneScape.
I just remembered a couple of months, just towards the end of last year, we played old school RuneScape again,
Yeah,
didn't we,
man.
as well?
Yeah,
Oh,
that was my
such a good
teenage
game.
years in a nutshell, with a PC screen about the size of your TV with a big box on the back of it. Like,
Oh, mate, don't. The amount of memories I have with those monitors and TVs with the big bundas.
trying to move them, like.
In it, you have to be a professional weightlifter to do that stuff.
100%.
It's not easy feat. But so this MMO, now they say now what they say is, welcome to a vast social sandbox MMO. Now, just to give you an example of other sandbox games, GTA.
Ooh.
It's a sandbox game. Do whatever you want.
Okay.
You know, anything like that. A social sandbox MMO inspired by the legends of the medieval era. Here, myths are real, ghosts exist, and magic is unquestioned. In the immense open world playground, you choose the role you want to play. Immerse yourself along with thousands of other players as you explore the land. Build your home, forge your reputation, and craft your own stories. Now, further along this article, it mentions clans. So there will be clans in this game. Now, I would expect, with an MMO being this big, for it to have some sort of clan wars where clans can face each other for land and stuff like that.
Okay.
And because they also say your village needs clothes, walls, food, flowers, and prayers, weapons, armors, and stuff like that, and other tools. So maybe it's because an MMO is just a massive multiplayer online,
Yeah.
and an RPG is role-playing game.
Okay.
So maybe there's some sort of, you have to defend your villages at times.
So we're looking at
stuff
like a
that.
World of Warcraft-esque style play.
Yeah.
Especially like with the medieval parts and stuff like that. We're taking it close to. Probably is it? Did you say it was fantasy ranged?
Yes, so it's the fantasy world.
Oh,
yeah,
so it's really close to World of Warcraft then.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't lie, I'm quite excited. It's the only reason I'm bringing this up. I am quite excited to play this game. I feel like I could, if they pull everything off right, I could spend a year in this.
And this has
Possibly
got
two.
what, a 2024 release date for it. So
Potentially, I don't think they've announced it yet, but they have got a massive alpha test coming in a couple of weeks.
okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I might have to take a look at that then. Do you think that this will impact at all? Because I think like when we've got games like what's that game that's being developed by the No Man's Sky development team? Light No
yes.
Fire.
Light No Fire.
So that's that's a fantasy medieval, but is it single player or is it online?
So Light No Fire
Yeah.
is multiplayer.
It's multiplayer.
Yes.
Okay. So this is going to take this has got to take some doing to be able to shine through the cracks then. Or is this going? Do you reckon this is going to be one of those games that's like an underdog that can do what the mainframes can't Because I feel like Light No Fire is going to flop beyond higher hills.
I feel like, and this is a personal opinion of mine, please do not crucify me in the comments or on our potential social page at some point in the future when we're prepared to make one. It's an easy feat to just kind of overshadow Light No Fire, especially at the start, given because it's the same guys that made, like I said, No Man's Sky. And do you remember the start of No Man's Sky?
Yeah, man.
My gosh,
Jesus.
so much hype. There was so much hype on it, and it just felt like this game is just going to be amazing, and it's going to be it's just going to revolutionize the gaming industry. Just turns out when it released, the more that the game was hyped up, the worse it got, and it flopped so bad. And now I don't mean in sales. It did good in sales, but that was mainly because of the hype and all the lies that were told pertaining to its release and what the game would have, which it didn't have much of. So I don't think Light No Fire will be any good at the start, unless Hello Games, I believe, are the developers.
Yeah.
Have really
learned
from
from
their
it
mistakes and really changed it around. But
it'll be interesting, but it's nice to know though that if that does not pull through, or you don't want to play like a mainframe freaking game where you're trusting in yet again another big AAA development company to actually pull through, because they never do. Like we work with so many of them. Like for those of you guys who like don't know, we cover a lot of like gaming news and stuff like that. And myself and Brown Yoda, sometimes there was a cut there, guys. Chill. We managed to get like hold of some games and stuff like that, and we managed to play quite a lot of stuff early. But a lot of these big AAA development companies just fail hard, man. So I think it's kind of nice knowing that even though Light No Fire is due to launch, that if it does flop, which it probably freaking will, that Pax Dei will be like a nice undercard that could just sneak through the cracks and pull through.
And I will say, I feel like it will, because I have a lot of trust in these smaller companies or companies that people haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Or aren't the big titans in the gaming industry, so to say.
Well, those smaller ones are more hungry, aren't they? They've got more to prove.
Absolutely. 100% agree with you. And I think Pax Dei is going to absolutely surprise the world, and it's just going to... I genuinely believe this wholeheartedly. It's going to take over, and it's just... Light No Fire is going to be just nowhere to be seen.
Wow. Freaking hell, man. That is actually bonkers. I mean, it'll be interesting to see where we can go with this one. So massive shout out to Mainframe Industries. It does look like you've made and developed a really decent game here. So I'm really intrigued and interested to see when it is that you guys can actually release this one.
Absolutely. Please let me into the alpha testing. I beg you. Please. Please. I'll sign any NDAs. All of them.
So for those of you guys who are watching on video format, on screen right now, you'll see somebody who you may well know. Okay, this is a Call of Duty streamer, content creator. She is very, very, very well known.
I feel like I know what you're about to say. Can I say the name before you say it? Okay, how about we say it on 3, okay?
Whoa. Okay, go on.
1. We both say it at the same time, okay?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Nadia. He knew it.
I just knew it, bro. There are times I've seen that woman on my socials, and it's like, I don't care.
This is where it's interesting as hell, because claiming to be the best Call of Duty player out there, the world's best Call of Duty player says that she's been blacklisted completely by Call of Duty,
right,
over a snap in a bikini. And so it says right here, and this is on express.co.uk, just a shout out to them for posting this one up, but that Nadia shared a social media she's been completely blacklisted from playing Call of Duty inside of tournaments and or otherwise, all for posting bikini pictures. She's never posted nudity ones like in her life, apparently. Yeah. I don't know much about her. I'm not going to lie. I don't follow this sort of crap. She gives off OnlyFans vibes. She really does. You can see it in her photos, but yeah. But it says right here, but again, the guys in COD community can post their bare ass on social media. GG's. Now, Nadia, 23, has a huge following of 1.2 million Twitch followers.
She's 23?
Yep. And 449,000 subscribers on YouTube. But yeah, she's
Not
being
bad.
punished by the people at Call of Duty because for sharing risque, quote unquote, risque bikini photos on her Passes account.
So what you're saying is we should let Call of Duty get in charge of Twitch.
Oh, hold on. So a Passes account is similar to OnlyFans, where fans can subscribe to creators through exclusive memberships.
Oh, okay.
Now, the site doesn't allow explicit adult nudity content or pornography, according to
like
its community and content guidelines.
So it'd just be like lewd content, basically.
Well, it'd be no worse than what Twitch approve of, I guess.
But I don't get why that would get her blacklisted. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I don't care for her, but
yeah,
I think
if we take the fact that it's Nadia out of the picture,
she has been wronged here, and I don't see why.
100%. I think it's a little bit weird because I don't really understand it. It says
Do you think it's because the attention she gets?
Maybe.
She keeps calling herself the best player in COD and all this stuff. And I know I mean, let's be honest here. We're not fools. She is quite controversial.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, it's the only reason why I know who she is under. Yeah. And to be fair, I don't really know who she is. I just know of a female Call of Duty player that kind of gets underneath controversial movements. Let me know in the comment section if you know who this woman is. And if you do, then is this fair? Yes or no? Quite simply. Yeah. And if you are subscribed to a page on a basis of trying to get these photos, I'm well intrigued. Why? Anywho, you think?
How much does it cost? I'm joking. But I was gonna say, I think we can both say, and I think our audience can say as well, as much as we don't care for her or don't like her, or dislike her or like her or whatever, or follow her like a fan, what she's done is quite smart, and she's done everything she's done methodically in a way to kind of boost her clout.
Oh, 100%. Because I think that when you look at like idiocy on social media and online, like IShowSpeed's like the number one guy for it. He's an absolute moron. Says so much controversial stuff, but yet we all love him for it.
Absolutely, it's a weird one. It's definitely
because it's on the fence, isn't it? Where it could teeter-totter either way. Now, unfortunately for Nadia, it has definitely gone the complete opposite way to IShowSpeed, who's now got like millions upon millions of fans, and she's obviously tried to reach down a audience level of. Do you remember Zoe Berger?
No.
So back
in the name kind of.
She was like the original Twitch thought.
Oh, okay.
She used to play Call of Duty. She was like really big on the scene back in the day, like one of the originals. Like,
okay.
She was the reason why OnlyFans became a thing.
So she was the original e-girl.
The original e-girl, yeah, 100%. So if she was never here, Nadia wouldn't exist. But this is what I mean. So like, the fame comes really, really quickly, and then it dips just as fast when you try and take the get big by controversial route instead of actually be talented and have a business mindset. This girl has unfortunately just fallen off the back end of the other side of it. Now she's now banned from like tournaments, and essentially any content that she was making is now null and voided. So I can't imagine we're going to be talking about her for much longer after this.
But don't you think it's a bit sad that has happened to her?
I do. I don't think morally it's right at all. I think it's ridiculous. Because my opinion on it is quite skewed on a basis of you can't really complain too much about the fact that you've been unfairly dismissed from it.
Because you've been an absolute clown.
Yeah, you've been an absolute clown, but in the same respect, you've tried to make money off of the gaming community, essentially, from non-gaming community methods, which essentially there are websites built for this stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's a difficult one.
I feel like Call of Duty should probably touch on the subject a bit more and probably just kind of be a bit less vague than their current.
Yeah, but we see this all the time now, don't we? Because when we start looking at other things like, and I don't think it's even, to be fair, I take back everything I've literally just said. Nick Merckx, who was one of the biggest Twitch streamers alongside Tim the Tatman and during that era, he had a really controversial moment where he said something a little bit questionable, but they were his beliefs, and it was a little questionable, but they took out his skin from the game completely, didn't they? They stripped him out of it. They didn't want to work with him anymore.
I feel like I remember this vaguely.
It was an LGBT comment, something related to those lines, I'm pretty sure. And and they said that they didn't agree with the statement, and they took his skin out of the shop. At which point, Tim the Tapman then came through and said, well, if you're going to take my boy Nick's stuff out of there as well, then you ain't making money off of me either, so take mine out. So I think it's kind of like, I feel like Call of Duty think that they are like a clean white paper sheet, and forget the fact that they've had scribbles and specks all over that piece of paper for freaking decades.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And just to hit on a controversial point there, just with Nick Merckx and everything, I feel like if you're going to take Nick Merck's skin out for that, which, by the way, I don't know much about Nick Merckx. I haven't watched him. Not a fan, personally, because I don't watch his content. But I feel like if you're going to take his skin out, maybe something less extreme should have been done for Nadia, instead of just blacklisting her completely.
That's what I mean. Like, it's just really weird, isn't it? I don't really understand, like, the moral high ground that a lot of these, again, and it's always like the AAAs. The AAAs and the big dogs that think that they've got control of the community. I just don't agree with it. And Call of Duty need to sit down for now. Like, they've not had a good few fucking years. They've not had a good few years. If they didn't have Warzone, this game would be null and voided a long time ago.
Yeah, no, Call of Duty is going down slowly but surely. I hate to say it because I grew up on that game. I grew up on that game. Bread and butter from from Black Ops 1 all the way to, I'd probably say Black Ops 4. I absolutely enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
Actually, no, Modern Warfare. The 2018 or 2019 Modern Warfare, when they remastered the original, I really enjoyed it. Absolutely enjoyed it. But recently, it's just kind of been a bit of a hit or miss. For example, previously in the past as well, Infinite Warfare, that was an absolute miss for me personally. Advanced Warfare, big.
Oh, that was my go-to, man.
Absolutely, I love that game so much.
100%. They were my semi-pro days. That's where my YouTube journey started back in those days.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I remember you telling me about this. But do you want to enlighten the audience on your little?
No, we don't. No.
All right,
no, not at all.
But who knows? Maybe one day, the YouTube side might get to see a Cloud Plays v Brown Yoda Call of Duty match.
Ooh.
If they're up for it, let us know in the comments. We might even let some of you guys join us. We could do like a little team thing, search and destroy.
Pretty cool.
Maybe some mini games,
Hashtag play the podcasters.
Hashtag play with the mixed race.
Okay, and I think that is a beautiful bombshell to end the pod on. So, Mr. Brown Yoda, would you like to see us out today for episode 2?
Absolutely. Bye.
Fuck's sake!
All jokes aside, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have stayed this long, please leave a like. If you enjoyed and you're new, please subscribe.
And for those of you podcasters out there listening on Spotify, make sure you leave us a positive rating and hit the follow button to make sure you get all content from us over there as well.
Hope you guys enjoyed. YouTube, Spotify, wherever you guys are listening from your Game Boy, your Tesla, anything.
Fucking hell.
You know, who knows? Maybe you've got your little haptic Razer cushion on and you're just vibrating to our voices. That face. That's a good job. Somebody meme Cloud Players right there if you saw on the YouTube side. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this has been another fun recording session. And yeah, we can't wait to bring many more out. We can't wait to bring more of this out for you guys. Sorry, my English is a bit tatters right now. It's been a long day. But from all of us, and I say all of us, from both of us here at the Mixed Race Podcast, we'd like to love you and leave you.
Want you and need you.
What?
You said from us here at the Mixed Race Podcast, we're going to love you and leave you. And I said, we want you and need you. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.
Absolute bombshell. That was awful. That was. Why would you ruin my outfit?
I'm not doing that again.
Never. No. Just get out. Right. Have a good one, guys. Take care of yourself, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Peace.
Adios.